G'day, how you going? This is Ian Harris from Australia here, but today I'm in Chiang Mai at Len Hends art studio, and he's given me the opportunity to use his space. Now we've got a 500 by 300 canvas here. We've got it all taped to the wall, and we're going to do one of my basic simple moon over a lake type of setting, okay? So let's get into it. Alright, come down to my palette here, and now I'm going to use some simple basic colours. A lot of you are used to these. I've just got some phthalo blue there. That's the colour blue I like. We've got some purple here, deep purple we're using today. Normally I use a dioxide purple, just a little bit of black. That's going to be for the moon tones, and of course our whites. Alright, and not forgetting the retarder, which helps me blend everything, okay? Alrighty, got some white paint just on my 2.5 inch brush. I'm going to get it all over this canvas. Now this canvas, I've given it a light spray with the spray bottle, and we're using the retarder in this paint. It's not a very thick paint, so it's flowing quite well. And what this is going to do is allow the top colours that I put on top of it to blend. I would like a bit more water on that. There we go. Alright, it's going to allow all these colours to blend on top of this white, so we just crisscross that and get it horizontal with our lines. Now we've got a horizon line in here, which is going to be somewhere here, sky and whatnot, okay? Alright, now I'm getting some, see how I'm just putting the retarder in there? There's no special measurement allowance, that's just what I think I need to use, okay? Okay, back up to the canvas here. We've got a prepared artist canvas cut out and taped to the board here. Now we want to get our sky roughly here, and it's going to have reflection as well. So let's just put a line there. This is simple, something simple you can do at home. That's how I want it to be for you. So there's our sky there, and there's our water there, okay? So there's going to be stuff in front of this. Now what we're going to do, we're going to blend this, okay? So let's get our blending brush, blend it, just something simple. Alright, that's finished, blended that blue. Now, it's pretty much one tone. You can darken it up if you want to. Put some darker bits where you might need them. Wipe your brush, you don't have to clean it. Now let's just blend that into there, because after this colour we want to get the dioxine purple. Now see how that blue, you've got a marbly bits of depth in that sky. It's not just a pleasant day in the sky, because this is going to be a moon setting, you know. So we'll blend that. It's going to have clouds in front of this, so don't be too particular here. Alright, we're going to come around here. We've got some dioxide purple. We're going to mix our retarder into that. This is just for the corners, okay? So we'll get a bit on there. It's very... Get it down there. We'll get it onto the palette, not the palette, the canvas first. And then we'll blend it in, okay? So we'll blend this into the blues there, just somewhat. This is sort of framing the picture, but a lot of this is probably going to get covered, but we're doing it anyway by habit. It's good to have good habits in art. Okay, now wipe that again. And we'll blend this in just to give it a more smoother transition into that blue, because this sky you're going to see. Alrighty, we've blended everything to the way we want it for now. We're going to get my hog bristle fan brush. I'm using a hog bristle, like I've said before, because the bristles on this are nice and strong and scratchy. They really get into it. So I just wedge it onto me brush down here. I've got retarder in this paint still, and as you know, if I'm going to blend it, I'm going to retard it. That's simple. If you're not blending, you don't need to retard. Anyway, this is just the mist in the sky. So I've dirtied the brush up, wiped it. Now we're going to just putting it on, we're not scratching it in, putting it on, like so. Okay, then we get our clean brush and we're just going to lightly blend this into mist. See what's happening here? That's what we want. That'll pick up some of the purples, the blue. Now we've got a layer of mist there. That's fine. If you're a beginner, you can leave it at that. If you're a step ahead, you can give it some dimension. What I mean by dimension is we do another layer on top of that, okay? So we've got there, now so we've got this blended. Now I'm going to blend this, and it will it's giving you something in space to put stars on top of. Okay, there's our bit of mist. Alright, we'll put some here, now we'll blend this into our mist. This is just giving the sky depth, clarity. I'm very lightly touching it. If you think you're going to do a lot of blending in paintings, give yourself the time to practice blending on a board with some colours. So when you're doing a painting, you're familiar with how to blend, okay? Now we're going to do also our moon and clouds, okay? So we've got a stencil here for the moon. I'm going to put him roughly there, and we'll grab our knife. I want to mix up, come down here if you want. I'm just going to mix up the tiniest grey. Don't need much grey, just enough to, that's a bit too dark. It doesn't have to be fully mixed either, it can be marbly like that, doesn't matter. And we're going to get our sponge. Now that sponge is dry, so I'll convex it. See, I've got it. I don't want to just stamp it on, I want to convex it out so it's given us a dome shape to have no edges as we stamp it. Because I'm just going to hold this there and stamp that moon on. So we've got our grey. And as you know, my moons evaporate to one side. So we've got there, turn the sponge around, and then we're going to use our white. I'll just put it on there any old way to highlight mainly the edge of our moon. Okay, let's just see roughly what that looks like. So that's good enough. That's a good enough moon, okay? Simple, basic moon, okay? Now what we're going to do, we'll put our choppy row of clouds in front of our moon. So we're going to use our hog bristle fan brush again. Down here on the white, I'm just wedging it onto the fan brush like so. Sometimes it's important to know how you load the brush. Now back up here, this is still wet and damp. That's what the retard is doing for me. This paint is going to go on, and as I blend it, because your moon's behind clouds, not in front, we'll get it on, and then we'll do a choppy row of clouds, okay? Chippy chop, go around all the way till you run out of breath. Boom. Now, that's one layer. We get our brush and we're going to blend down, okay? So, now if this was not retarded and it's dry, you can't get this finish. So I'm just blending that down. We'll blend down here a bit too. Okay? Now I'm going to clean my brush again. Load up the fan brush the same way. I'll do something over here. Just mainly concentrating on the top of the cloud, because the bottom's going to be blended down. Okay. Now we'll load up our brush again. Same way, I showed you. Now we're going to put one in front of this. Okay, we're going to put another cloud in front of this, keeping this light colour and dark colour, so it's showing the dimension of two clouds there. And you can come over if you want. That's it. And try not to do my famous, or not my famous, but my #1 habit is play with them too much. Just bring that down from the bottom of it. And that can come into the atmosphere here. You wouldn't want it just to stop like that. You want to sort of tie it into the atmosphere. Okay, and then this one over here, we're going to kiss the top of that, give it some whiteness there. To me it didn't have enough white. And we can just put our, tail it out on there, just tail it out. Pop a bit there, and you might want to put something there. Like I said, don't play with it all day. And these ones you can just lightly blend down, just like so. Not all of it, just the bits that look too uniform. We're not going to splatter stars everywhere, we're not doing like that. We just got just put some prominent ones around the sky like so, mainly in the dark area, and small and big, just like so, because it's representing a moon atmosphere, and the moon is, like I said, always has its own little big star next to it somewhere. So if you can always, later on I'll detail those stars, but that's all you need. Now we'll get our but our horizon line of bushes in front of where the water's going to go. So we're going to start off with the dioxide purple. I've pulled some away from the pile and going to add some light to it. Now that's our lighter colour. Now let's have a look at that. It's a bit too cartoony light. Get it a bit darker than that. Now you use your brush you feel comfortable with doing your fauna or your shrubbery. I want that a bit wet because it's got to spread. Give yourself a practice go if you want. See that? It's all right. If it was real solid, you don't want that. You want this broken up edge. Okay, and you get yourself a something to pull it. All right, so we'll get the middle of it. We're going to use the middle of it. Okay, so are you able to see here? You want to come in if you want. We're going to do the top and the bottom. Top and the bottom. I'm very lightly touching this, eh? Go right across to there. Very lightly. See that? I'm putting the reflection in as well. Come maybe this side will be better because I'm right-handed. This can be cut this bit. Okay, yeah. See, I'm doing the top and bottom at the same time. This is going to stop theoretically there, but I'm going further because the other colour is going to merge. Okay, now we find our horizon line and we just scratch him down. So simple. And horizontal it across. Now we've still got to stay there where you are. We've still got the same colour. We're going to do the other side now. So we're doing the same thing, up and down into the water. Okay, well he's a bit high there, but anyway, we'll do the same again, keeping our horizon line reasonable. Now, back to the palette. See this colour we mixed here? Just grab a bit of the darker one and add again. This is going to temperamentally darken that colour up. That's what you want. You don't want to go mixing a separate colour. Okay? That's it. Give yourself a test run. You're happy with that. Now, theoretically, we're going to start back a bit. Don't just start boom there. Work your way into it. But I want that a little bit darker, I can see. So, again. So we're starting back here. That's it. Now we're going to slowly just nibble our way into that. Just tickle our way so the transition's soft, and do the same down here. Same down here. Okay? And pull it down. And our colours are matching the reflection. Same on the other side. Yeah, that side there. This bit can be edited. Okay, the same again. We're going to start here and tickle him back into there. And do the bottom bit as well. Grade 5 stuff, wouldn't you say, Len? Good, good. All good. Okay. Now back on here, we're using just a direct purple now. We haven't got any lightened bits in it. This will be the third and final darker section. So over here, this is closer than all this stuff, so it's going to be darker. And we're coming across to the end of the painting, okay? Tickle it into that other colour for a nicer, softer transition. And come a bit higher up there. It doesn't matter if a star's sticking through there, because stars pop through trees and say, "G'day, here you go." They're always mucking around up in the sky there, those stars. And I'm going to tell you that bit of information for nothing too. Okay, and just the same on the other side here, okay? Boom, 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 boom. Look at our top, nice and free. And see that stampy effect? You don't want that. Tickle it into there. And that's it. Okay, now we'll scratch that down. Okay, you can go back a bit and give them a... Now the only thing we've got to do to this now is grab a knife. Alright, we'll get our paint, spread it onto your palette. Okay, your knife's a bit mucky, so we'll just clean it off with the rag. Now get your edge, just sit it in there and scrape it downwards, and you've got a nice roll. Okay? Come over here, Len. And I'm not good at this. I'm so scared of these knives. Where the moon is, we haven't got a reflection in the water, all right? So we're going to intensify that over this area. Just there, because this is going to be blended. Stay there. I'll just get some more. And I'll just separate the bank and these trees. Now we'll sink these in. Alright, I've just dabbed on this black. Just make sure it's enough in there. That's just for the front foreground. That's going to be the shadow areas, because we're just going to have some grass tickled into that and a simple path, keeping with our dimension of a vanishing point there to keep perspective of the path, just so it doesn't look wrong. See what I'm doing here? I'm just toning it to the... We've got sort of like a yellow-green going there, which is really the colour I should have went for in the beginning, but we're all learning, aren't we, eh? Now we're just lightly leaving the blacks in there. We're sort of getting a meadowy. Okay, before we get to that now, we're gonna get our path in first. All right, I've got yellow oxide on me filbert brush here, and I'm just going to work out. I'm going to have a bit of a... We want to keep some dark in there, and get a bit of a path going. Now we'll go again. See how we've got some black there? You want to... That's it. You want to hide that. Keep it all scratched and marbly looking. It can come out like that. Now what we'll do, I'm going to stay up there, Len. I'm going to get just a bit of white into that colour, just to give the front bit, tone it down a bit, just like that. Now we're going to bring this into the path a bit, just into the, leaving some shadows there, okay? But so long as we can see all this green. If this black underneath is too wet, you'll find that you'll mud up the area you're doing it, and you'll think, why isn't it working? And it's because different artists have different styles. We'll get over that, we'll kiss it into the path first, leaving some shadow between the path and the grass. Looking good. Then we'll come over here and work our way down. Leaving black there still, because this green that we're putting on now is just going to be highlighted in certain places, and it'll finish it off. How's that looking? Now we'll just highlight that for... We'll put more yellow into it. All we're doing is added some more yellow to that, so it's more yellow. Okay, and what I'm doing, see I've chiseled it onto the paintbrush, I'm pushing it back and opening it. See now how it's opened that? Because we're going to see what it's doing. It's just, we'll come over to the path. That's our main area we want to. Don't have to do all of it, just bits. And the other side. Come in, we'll bring it up. There we go. You can spend time and detail this, but we're a bit limited for time on film here, so we'll just do what we can. Now, in my past, I used to do white over this, but to me, it give it that cartoony look. You don't want that. See, now we've kept dark between the path and that. You don't want to make that a harsh green. You need shadow and depth. All right, now we're going to do a evergreen tree just to one side of it. I've got my fan brush, and we'll start off with the top. You can come down if you want and work out roughly that's where he's going to go. Okay, everyone has their own different ways here. So we'll get the top on, and then we're using just the edge, and we're just sort of coming down. Okay, sort of sweeping as we go. Okay, and you want to come wider as you get to the bottom, leaving some broken bits with the you can see through. And down the bottom, it's got shrubs in that there, don't worry about that. That's it, okay? Now what we'll do is we'll just highlight that little monkey. Let's just highlight just the tops of it. Leaving the black. You want to leave the black because the black is giving that tree depth. Just mainly one side. Because this, we're using our light source is the moon, so get that trunk in there. You can even go up to there if you want. Stick out. We can see the trunk. Now we're going to get our paint, and we're just going to sink that trunk back, just here and there, not all of it. Where can we sign it? I'm going to sign it on this side. I normally have a pen, but that's stuck at home in Australia. Alright, we'll take this masking tape off, and it'll virtually frame the picture for us. One more here. Alrighty, we've got a simple, easy acrylic painting there on a 500 by 300 layout. We've got our simple moon, our horizon area, our reflections, a bit of a path. We've kept it in perspective with the painting. We've put a simple evergreen tree there. Alright, hope you enjoyed that simple exercise. This is coming from Len Hends' place in Chiang Mai, Thailand. This has been Ian Harris, having fun with you coppers out there. All the best. Goodbye, good luck, and good on ya.